Mechanic kicked out of car dealerships. Next day her billionaire ex pulls up in a Rolls Royce. Chapter 1, Grease on her hands, pride in her heart. The scent of motor oil clung to Camila's clothes like a badge of honor. She wiped her forehead with the back of a gloved hand, smudging a streak of black across her cheek, then stood up from under the rusted Honda Civic she'd been repairing in the alley behind Big Joe's Auto, an old garage that barely survived the rise of luxury tech-fueled dealerships. She wasn't supposed to be here. Not really. Joe had gone out of business 2 months ago. But he still let her use the tools and bay when no one was looking. She had a reputation in the neighborhood, single mother, ex-engineer, mechanic by passion, struggling to make ends meet after losing her job in Detroit and moving back home to take care of her sick mother and 7-year-old son, Liam. Camila had applied to every dealership in town, 5 of them, to be exact. She didn't want charity, just a chance to prove herself. Every place had the same reply: "We're not looking for anyone right now," their eyes glancing at her stained overalls, or worse, pausing too long at her chest like she didn't belong under a hood. Still, she persisted. Chapter 2, The Humiliation. On Monday morning, she showed up at Regal Auto Group, the most prestigious car dealership in the state. They sold Bentleys, Ferraris, and gleaming Rolls Royces. Camila had studied every one of their engines and manuals she'd borrowed from the library. She wore her cleanest set of coveralls and tied her hair back. But the receptionist barely looked at her before scoffing, "The service entrance is in the back. Delivery drivers only." "I'm not making a delivery," Camila replied, standing tall. "I'm here for the open mechanic position." The receptionist's smirk twisted. "We're not hiring. Especially not freelancers from alley garages." A tall man in a gray suit emerged from behind the desk. "You the woman who keeps calling about the tech position?" "Yes, sir. You left Ford R&D 5 years ago." "That's ancient history. We work on computer diagnostics now, not duct tape and elbow grease." A few customers turned to stare as he continued. "Lady, this place is for experts. Not single moms playing mechanic." Laughter stung her ears as she walked out. She didn't cry until she sat back in her old Ford Ranger, hands trembling on the wheel. Liam had a field trip coming up. She didn't even have enough for the bus fare. Chapter 3, Ghosts from the Past. The next morning was cold and gray. Camila had just finished helping an elderly neighbor fix her radiator for free when she heard it, a low purr, smooth and commanding. A black Rolls Royce Phantom pulled up right in front of Big Joe's. The door opened, and a tall man stepped out, sunglasses sliding down to reveal familiar amber eyes. Camila's breath caught in her throat. It was him. Elijah Monroe. Her ex. Her first love. The man she'd met back in college when she was top of her class in mechanical engineering, and he was a dreamer with a laptop and startup ideas. He was also the man she'd broken up with when he asked her to move to Silicon Valley and leave her dying father behind. He chose success. She chose family. They hadn't spoken in years. "Hey, Cam," he said softly. She froze. What are you doing here?" He gestured to the car. "Looking for the best mechanic in town. Word is she works behind a shuttered garage helping people for free." She folded her arms. "What do you want, Elijah?" He looked at her, really looked at her, and she noticed his tie was crooked. His shoes, though expensive, were scuffed. There was something in his eyes that wasn't there before. "I want to say thank you," he said. Chapter 4, What he never told her. They sat in the garage, on 2 overturned crates. Camila poured black coffee into mismatched mugs. "I came back for my mom's funeral," Elijah said. "Didn't even know she was sick. She refused to tell me. I found letters she'd written but never sent, about you. How you took care of her when I never called. How you visited even when your own mom was sick. Camila's hands tightened on her mug. I didn't know, he whispered. I thought you chose your family over us. I was angry for a long time. But you didn't just save your dad, you saved mine too. She looked at him, eyes wet. I never expected you to come back. He smiled, the boyish grin she once loved. I thought I had everything. Money, success, tech companies. But none of it means anything if I forgot what mattered. He paused, then reached into his coat pocket. I bought Regal Auto Group last night. Camila blinked. What? Walked in, wrote a check. Fired the manager who insulted you. The receptionist too. Elijah. He held up a hand. Let me finish. I want to give you the position they denied you. But not as a mechanic. Her brow furrowed. As Director of Service Innovation. Build your own team. Train women from struggling backgrounds. Teach them what you know. Start a revolution. Chapter 5, The Ripple Effect. Camila stood on the same dealership floor that had laughed her out just a day ago. Only this time, she wore a fitted blazer over her coveralls, walking alongside Elijah as he introduced her to the new staff. She glanced at the mirror-finished Rolls-Royce behind the glass. It wasn't the car that made her proud. It was the girl with the pink toolbox behind her, Maria, a 17-year-old high school dropout who had fixed her first alternator yesterday. It was the mother of two who'd cried when Camila told her she could earn while she learned. And it was Liam, standing tall in his school uniform, telling everyone, that's my mom. She fixes everything. Chapter 6, Full Circle. That evening, they sat on the hood of her truck, watching the sunset. I never asked, Camila said. Why me? Why not just donate to a charity and move on? Elijah leaned back. Because in a world obsessed with perfection, you reminded me that real strength is in the grease-covered hands that keep others going. You were never broken. You were the blueprint. She laughed. You always had a way with words. He took her hand gently. Maybe now I'll have a second chance to build something, with you this time. She didn't reply. But she didn't pull her hand away either. Epilogue. Regal Auto Group was renamed Camila Motors Initiative. The first dealership in the U.S. run by a woman-led team of formerly unemployed, self-trained, and community-taught mechanics. Their slogan? Driven by purpose. Powered by people. And every morning, as Camila walked through the doors, now lined with framed photos of her team, she whispered the same words to herself. They kicked me out. Now I build the doors. Uplifting message. Sometimes the world slams doors in your face because it hasn't seen what you're meant to build. But with resilience, kindness, and compassion, even from unexpected places, what was once rejection can become the foundation for something transformative. Never underestimate the power of grit, or the ripple of one act of humanity.